welcome back to the channel. Travelpreneur here, that's my new name. I was trying to change my name on Instagram and Twitter last night, and it turned out Spirited Travelpreneur was too long, so I had to go with S Travelpreneur or Travelpreneur. Anyways, I wanted to introduce this video with my good friend Ian. We did an interview in Washington, D.C. near the Jefferson Memorial, and we had a really good time. And less than a week here, I'm gonna be heading to Colombia to start my journey and making a pit stop in Miami first to visit a friend. And that's it. Yeah, hope to catch you guys on the flip side, and I'll probably make another video here before I leave. But hope you're having a good week, and I'll catch you guys later.
Hey, what up world, it's your boy the Made Man. Welcome to Hacking the System, the show where I teach you how to make six figures by any means necessary while you're still young. Create the lifestyle of your dreams and hustle to greatness. Hey, what up world, it's your boy the Made Man. Welcome to Hacking the System. And today, as you can tell, we're outside here, and I'm here with my boy, Tim.
What's up,
how's it going, man?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Welcome to the show.
Thanks, man. It's my
all right, so this is the guy I've known for about 3 or 4 years now. Like, this guy has been very, very dedicated. Like, this guy is a hustler. He goes out there, he likes to hack things, he loves traveling a lot. Right, he's actually going to Colombia in about 2 weeks. So I decided to do an interview with him to talk about how he quit his job. So Tim, give us a quick bio on yourself.
Alright, so my name's Tim. It's the first time on Ian's channel. It's an honor. And I'm from the medical field. I work in the pharmacy field. And I worked there for about 2.5 years, and I thought, you know, this money's good, but I'm not living the made man lifestyle, right?
Right.
So I decided to quit that and kind of start this new journey as a digital nomad. That's the regular term that you hear.
All right, so just a quick time out though. So when you say life in the medical field was good, what kind of money were you making in the pharmacy?
Yeah.
Because our fans and our users love to hear numbers.
Numbers.
Just to kind of get perspective.
All right. So definitely 6 digits, and
so 6 figures.
6 figures, and you know, there's on-call work too, so there's opportunity for a little bit more money. But you know, I got fed up with that though.
Right. So in terms of hours, how many hours a week were you working?
Oh, probably like 45, 50 for sure.
50 hours a week. Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's insane, man.
Yeah.
That's definitely not the 4-hour work week.
No, not by my standards.
All right. So go on.
So, you know, I was doing that for a little while, and I was traveling in Italy. I actually met this guy, and he told me about how he had his own web development company. And I was like, so do you have to go back and work in the country, in the United States? He's like, no, I just travel around the world, and I just do everything online. I'm like, holy shit, this is like a totally new hack. I'm like,
that's a nice gig.
You know,
nice setup.
And so I was like, you know, I gotta try this out, do some research, and look into it, see what's going on.
All right. So pretty much you met a guy in Italy who had a lifestyle you adored. So he was pretty much the inspiration to get you started on this journey.
Yeah.
Now, lots of people get inspired every single day, but what made you take action on that? Because most people don't take action on their dreams.
Yeah. So I think for people, it has to be something that motivates them, right? For me, it was that pain, that like 9 to 5 lifestyle. You know, if I look into the future, like 30 years, I don't want to be in that same place. So I want to be somewhere out in the world, traveling, having fun, living the good life. You know, and that for me was my motivation. It's more of the pain to just enjoy life.
I like that. Yeah. I feel like if people leverage their pain can be a great fuel and energy to drive you to chase your dreams. All right, so you in essence used your pain as this Kickstarter to have you chase your dreams of having that lifestyle where you can kind of be your own boss, have your own things on your own terms. So what's the next step after that?
So definitely plan it out, right? It's not something where you just quit your job.
You gotta have a plan, right?
You gotta have a plan, you know. And you know, it's like investing or anything like that. You gotta make sure the right direction before you actually invest too much of your time and money into it.
So in terms of when you first got that idea or that inspiration with that guy you talked with in Italy to quitting your job, what was the timeline like?
All right, so that was September 2015 was when I met him.
All right.
And I came back about November, and I was like, you know, next year I want to start this lifestyle. So I spent, you know, all of 2016 planning and researching and trying to figure this out. If other people were able to do it, how come I can't do it?
Right, exactly.
You know?
Why not, right?
Right. So that's what I did, and then finally, you know, after all this work, all this research and saving up money, loans, figuring all that stuff out, now I'm able to just finally take off, and I'm so excited, man.
So you gave yourself 1 year to kind of put the wheels in motion to quitting your job. Now, when you put the wheels in motion, did you have like December 2016 as the goal, or was it just kind of something that would happen after you had everything pulled together?
So I think the important thing is setting a deadline, because things automatically kind of work themselves out. When you have a deadline for a paper or something, you know,
right.
that last week before that paper is due, you're gonna be crunching, you're gonna be, you know, busting your ass trying to get it done, right? So if you have something on your calendar, circle it, and by that date, something's gonna happen. And for me, the motivation was just to do a little bit each day and to keep focused on why I wanted that. Keep things that motivate you in the picture, so that you
right, absolutely. So as you were kind of planning everything out, what was the biggest roadblock in your way? The biggest obstacle you had to overcome during that journey?
Yeah, so the flip side of making six figures, right? You also owe six figures. And you know, I was like, damn, how am I gonna make six figures in a year? And I thought about it. I planned out a little path for myself. So I was like, how much do I actually make a month? And how much can I live with in a month? And then, so what I did was I took the rest of the free money and I put it in my student loans. So I basically lived like a college kid for like a year.
Interesting.
Yeah. And you know, I mean, I still don't have all my loans paid off, but I have my car paid off, and I have over 80% of my student loans paid off. So I'm very proud of it.
Wow, so 80% in 1 year.
In 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how big were your student loans?
So I started with 90.
90 grand?
90 grand.
Oh, wow, that's insane.
Yeah. And the rest of my my car loans was about 8 grand. So kind of did the math on that.
Yeah. that's a six-figure math right there.
Six-figure math, yeah. So.
All right, so pretty much, so loans was the biggest obstacle, and you kind of took care of that by basically downsizing your expenses, right? Then using that saved money to pay off your loans.
Right.
So were there any other obstacles you had to face besides that?
The other one was probably the lack of knowledge. This is not a conventional lifestyle by any means. So you have to either have an experience or get some knowledge from people in order to kind of start this. So for me, it was reading books, you know, to expand my knowledge, and to talk to people, other digital nomads who are doing this, and what's working for them. So I say the other thing is part of the knowledge, skill set necessary.
Any books that were helpful?
Yeah. In terms of practicality, that's something you have to learn on your own. That's how you have to talk to people. But books that inspired me to travel was one called A Better Life for Half the Price.
Okay.
It's written by...
Like the title?
Yeah, the title. It's by Tim Leffel, and in this book he's telling you about other places in the world where you can live at a fraction of the price here in the States. And I'm like, I got so inspired by it that I kept reading and reading, and even looked into his other books and other resources to kind of get more information.
Get going, all right.
Yeah.
So in terms of those countries or those places, can you name some?
Yeah. So,
I don't think all of us are flying down there anytime soon.
So there's actually a lot of places in the world, some even unexplored. But I would say the biggest three: Chiang Mai, Thailand for sure.
Okay, Thailand.
There's all kinds of people there, And the place where I'm going to, it's called Medellin, Colombia.
Colombia. Nice. That's on my list as well.
Is it?
Yeah,
Colombia.
Colombia.
Man, I'll see you down there for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And the other one is in Eastern Europe. Like you got that whole Soviet bloc, Bulgaria, Romania, Hungary, those kind of areas.
Now, just in terms of pricing, can you give us an example of how totally different the cost of living is there as opposed to here?
Yeah, so I've heard numbers in Thailand, for a comfortable lifestyle, $500 a month, food included, accommodations.
So for $500 a month, you can pretty much live like you're living here.
Yeah.
So that means for like $1,000 or $2,000, you can basically be big balling out in Thailand.
Yeah, you can do
Thailand,
whatever you want.
Medellin, right?
Medellin is a little bit more
okay.
expensive, maybe $100 or $200 more dollars, but it's still compared to prices here in the States. It's still a good deal.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because I've heard some people say that it's notion of earning dollars, but spending pesos or whatever, right? So you basically have that difference, that arbitrage of different currencies.
Yeah.
By basically going abroad and having a lower cost of living. So it's kind of good to kind of see somebody who's actually doing that in real life.
Yeah, I think the term is called geo-arbitrage.
Geo-arbitrage. Okay.
Geo-arbitrage, and it's the idea from I think Tim Ferriss's book, 4 Hour Work Week. And
Tim was doing that in Argentina, right?
He was learning tango and stuff down there.
Right.
Yeah. And he gives a lot of ideas to how to kind of get started with this lifestyle and how to do this. But caution, it took him years to get to the 4 Hour Work Week, right? So if people are telling you you can start living like here in the States on working 4 hours a week, I'll tell you that's a lie. Don't listen to them, right? It's something you got to build up to, make it a passive kind of income.
Right, it takes time.
It takes time, so that's a little caution.
All right, people. We like that.
Yeah.
All right, so you're now off to Colombia. What's the plan down there when you go?
Sure. So before I'm headed off here, I did, make some plans about just making a little bit of income online. And that's the hardest hurdle to overcome because you're so used to the system. You go to a job, you get a paycheck,
right?
You go home, spend it and stuff. But
so you pretty much had to kind of start some side hustles to start bringing in some income.
Right. Some of the things I started doing was eBay dropshipping.
Okay.
That's one thing. Doing SEO articles, writing, content writing, and right now what I'm doing is teaching English online.
Okay, interesting. Very helpful skills.
And it's very flexible. It's not the thing I'm doing. You can hop on anytime. You're not going to get baller off of that kind of job, but you'll be making. It'll get you started. It'll change your mindset about making that first dollar online. There's so many ways. It's what you like to do, what you like to do.
So in terms of the replacement for your current lifestyle, how much money would you have to make in Colombia to have the same lifestyle without having a downgrade?
Well, it's hard to say because if I'm down there,
you have a better idea.
Yeah, I have a better idea. Right now, I'm kind of like.
So are you going down there with some money in the bank? Or are you going down there just like I'll figure stuff out?
Yeah. I do have some money saved up.
All right, that helps.
Right. So I'm also going down there and trying to figure out at the same time. So it takes time to build something. So I think I'm gonna spend that money to buy myself more time so I can figure things out.
All right, that makes sense. All right, so to kind of backtrack and go back to you quitting your job, right? I recall I came across your blog. I think this was the first time I talked to you in over a year.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wow, this guy quit his job, and you've documented the entire journey, right? About how you went to the office, you had pictures and everything. Can you kind of give us insight on that?
So more about...
Yeah, about how that last day at your job, in the office.
Yeah.
Talk about the last day.
So that last day, I had my GoPro, right? Got my car, started recording right away, letting people know, how excited I was about dropping all this.
You're like, I'm out of here.
Peace out, right? And I remember feeling that day, I'm not gonna do anything today. I'm not gonna make any big decisions. I'm just gonna kick back and enjoy the day. As far as work goes, it was just a normal day at work. There wasn't any hard feelings. There wasn't anything bad. And said goodbye to people around 4 o'clock. Walked out the door, and not really planning to come back. To be honest.
Now, in terms of that job, were there any memories you have of that job, good and bad?
I'll give you one of each so you get an idea. One thing I really enjoyed was being able to help people out. These are sick patients at home, and they're disgruntled, they're uneasy, and for me just to talk to them, to help comfort them with instructions and just general, empathy.
Right.
I had some patients that really appreciated that. They sent me cards and stuff like that.
Oh, that's nice.
That's something that I'll remember. One of the bad things was the on-call work. So I remember driving into work.
Wait, so what exactly does on-call mean? Does that mean like on demand, like anytime you have to be available?
Anytime, baby.
So pretty much you're the Uber for doctors, right?
Yeah, pretty much, man.
Pharmacy, right? Uber for pharmacy.
If a hospital or a nursing agency or a senior care home needs something, they're gonna call you up. So with my story, I was driving into work at like 3 a.m.
Wow.
They got me out of bed, and they said, we need this IV mixed and to be sent over the senior cares home. I was like, okay. And as I was driving into work at 3 a.m., I'm like, man, this is not a life. This is not how I want to be living this.
Right.
And I think it's moments like those where it helped fuel me to pursue this lifestyle even more force.
Yeah, I mean, so kind of going back to that pain, right? You have to kind of use your pain or your suffering as that fuel to greatness, right? Because Nietzsche has this concept, right? To live is to suffer. To survive is to find meaning in the suffering.
I like that.
Right? So you have to find meaning in that pain, meaning like what's the purpose of that?
Right.
Once you find that purpose of why you have that pain, that suffering, you can then do great things with that.
And it's how you decide, how to perceive the pain.
Right.
Does it hurt? Or are you
can you turn that
channel that?
Channel that into an advantage, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think people that are successful, they're able to recognize that and to put into something productive instead of saying, oh, the world is against me, this and that.
Right.
You all have different cards. Play them to the best of your ability. Right?
All right, so Tim, let me ask you this. What was your goal as a kid? Like, what did you want to be as a kid once you grew up?
So to be like a job or a career?
Like what was your dream job as a kid? Or career or whatever?
It's kind of stupid because I was in 6th grade. I saw this little article about being an aerospace engineer. And I was like, that looks kind of fun. I'll do that. But, as I got more into it, I was like, no, this is not something I really want to do. now I realize it's to do something to help others and to enjoy life instead of working so hard. All the time.
Wow, so 6th grade, you wanted to be a rocket scientist.
A rocket scientist, man.
Must have been a very smart kid. Very ambitious.
I guess. But,
and then now you say your goal is to help others kind of find meaning in their life and purpose, right?
yeah, and to work smarter and not so hard, to enjoy more better things in life.
So, what do you see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years. I will be in a web development field, owning my own company, and to have kind of conferences or meetings so that other people can come and kind of meet people who are kind of living this lifestyle and see that it is possible. And just to travel a lot. So that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
So traveling while also having this business, they kind of, you're able to come in there and run the business, but also have that flexibility to do your own thing and travel the world.
Right. Just that the business that's location independent.
Yeah.
You know, it's not defined because I'm in the States or here and there. You know, I can do it anywhere in the world. So that's one of the things. That's one of my goals in the future. For sure.
All right. So here on Hacking the System, we're all about life hacks. So what's your biggest life hack that you can share with our audience?
Biggest life hack.
Don't hold back now.
I mean, I've always been a pretty systematic person. So for me to find a way to keep focus, whatever that way is for you. I usually have a plan. Like I'll follow things. Like I'll write things down and review it every day. And that's probably the biggest thing that's changed my life, because when you learn something, you're going to forget it. But if you write it down and look at it every day, you're going to remember it and you're going to keep focused on it. But if I don't write stuff down, you know, it just gets passed on. And,
so pretty much having like a journal, a diary, writing down things?
Write down things and to do a little bit each day if you can.
Now, okay, so let's say somebody does that. What exactly should they be writing down? Like, is there any specific advice you have?
Yeah, write down very concrete goals and write down things that you can achieve within a certain time frame. So don't write things that you're going to be doing in 5 years, 10 years. Write things that you can achieve in like 1 week, 1 month, or maybe 1 year. And keep a running list, right? And as you're finishing them, cross them off.
So pretty much, so everybody out there at home, right? Write down things, write down action steps by week, by month, and by year. Then as each day goes, you kind of go through, scan it, and update it.
Yeah. And I have like a whole system that I do it with different software. But I mean, anybody can do this.
What kind of software are you using?
The best software is pencil and paper, right?
Pencil and paper, right?
But in terms of computer software, I use just free ones like Google Keep. Very simple. It's like a little notepad on it. If you think of something, just type it in your computer, your laptop. It saves. It syncs on your phone and your computer.
Right.
The one I'm using now is called Trello. Trello is more of like a workflow kind of thing, but in order to optimize my process, I keep everything in one place. And there's a few more reasons why I use Trello, but just something quick to jot stuff down.
Yeah, so for me, I kind of have the same model. I use pretty much nowadays, I use Evernote to kind of have sync everything on my desktop and my on my iPhone. Then I also have just like regular text editor. Right, going back to being a programmer, right? Just put everything in my text editor, kind of keeps it simple, right? No fancy fonts, just basic action items for today, this week, next year, things like that.
Right. Yeah. I agree with that. Just something that will help you be productive. It's not about how good it looks. It's about the results that come about it.
All right, so for everybody out there, where's the place that our audience can find you?
So right now I'm running a blog. It's at spiritedtravelpreneur.com. and I think you'll have a link.
Right. So spirited travelpreneur.
Yeah.
I like that. Travelpreneur.
Travelpreneur.
Making new words up.
Yeah, kind of. Digital nomad is kind of overplayed. It's
Right. Yeah.
some people don't really like that. I like travelpreneur because it's right there. The things that I love, it's travel and being like an entrepreneur. So it's right there. And running a YouTube channel, just starting it up. And
The same name. The channel's the same name.
same name. I'll have to link you
All right. Yeah.
to that. But I mean, to find me, I think my blog is probably the best space because it will lead to the other ones.
All right. Sounds good. Well, everybody out there, make sure you check this guy out. Spirited Travelpreneur. This guy comes with the made man badge of honor. Right. This guy's a true made man. Right. He's actually taking risks, going out there chasing his dreams, not just sitting there and hoping and dreaming and praying for his goals and dreams. He's actually taking action, going out there, going to Colombia by himself, right? Quit his 6-figure job, right? He's trying to go from good to great, right? So anybody out there who's trying to go from good to great, you have to have the utmost respect for that. So appreciate that, man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. And if I can do it, you guys can do it too. It's just the dedication and the hard work behind it. That's all it is.
All right.